Item 2 on the order paper, communications from the chair.
Honorable members, I welcome you to today's meeting. As I communicated yesterday, today we shall have a statement from the Right Honorable Prime Minister on the status of the government's intervention against COVID-19 pandemic. Exercise will take about 45 minutes. Thereafter, we shall debate for 20 minutes on that item. I congratulate all those that assumed various positions of responsibilities yesterday. I urge you to hit the ground running in the service of this country, Uganda, and our people. Get to meet the staff that are running the service of the country and get support for execution of your mandate in those federal offices. Also study the rules of procedure and the laws of Uganda that relate to your various sectors that have been deployed. Honorable members, the Parliamentary Commission has finalized the processing of your IDs, parliamentary IDs. The issuing of these IDs will start on Thursday. I urge you members to go and get your IDs in the South Wing lobby. Please endeavor to pick your ID so that you don't get disturbances when you're moving on the way. Honorable members, I would wish to amend the order paper to allow the leader of opposition to present the list of the shadow ministers. Leader of opposition.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, the leader of the opposition is on the way. I request you give him 3 minutes. I hope by that time he shall have arrived. I beg to move, Right Honorable Speaker.
To wait for the leader of opposition, I think Honorable Betty has something to say.
Right Honorable Speaker, members of the August House, the order paper shows the Right Honorable Prime Minister supposed to make a statement. She has requested that she be given 40 minutes. His Excellency the President was having a consultation on the matter. She has just left State House, but she will be here. Thank you.
Honorable Beta Mongi, you won't tell me there's only one minister in the Prime Minister's office?
Right Honorable, because this was a paper harmonized and gender, labor and social development, the Prime Minister had committed to presenting it herself. She's still committed, and she has requested me to reaffirm to you in the last 10 minutes, I think now 30 minutes, that she will be here to present. I cannot now answer for the delegation.
Procedure from Honorable SSEWUNGU.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I want to thank you for the work well done. And indeed, the order paper came out yesterday. Honorable Speaker, it wouldn't be in the wisdom of the Prime Minister that she has to inform a minister who is giving a lot of misleading information about what we are going to query here about the statement. Right now, Speaker, the Prime Minister can inform you officially that he will not keep time, will not come. But when we get a statement or anything on the floor by the Minister, that is still another leading information. Would it be procedure required, no Speaker, with this August House, where we are expecting members to be very serious, that we are getting information right now that the Prime Minister is going to delay, yet you gave us the order paper yesterday, and we prepared ourselves to listen to the statement. That in essence means that the Honorable Minister for Gender wants to usurp the powers of the Prime Minister. Can I take that? I don't think so. So these people say, if the Prime Minister is not around, then we can have an adjournment within your wisdom, Honorable Speaker, since we have to wait for him. Otherwise, we want to go by the order paper, then we shall give a lot of information on what the Prime Minister will give. Because whatever is going to give, we already know it, and we shall answer it in the best currency possible. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Procedure, Madam Speaker.
Thank you.
Proceed.
And before I left my office, the government chief whip called me and told me the Right Honorable Prime Minister was ready and was coming to present the statement.
Madam Speaker. Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. In light of the above statement made by the Honorable Minister and the absence of the Prime Minister at this moment, I suggest and pray to you that we amend the order paper and let members of Parliament, in the meantime, start expressing issues of national concern. Because as you are much aware, the country, especially Kampala, is seated on a time bomb. We cannot wait for any other moment. There are issues that are affecting our people. We demand that you give us that time to talk to the nation at this moment. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
You're not going to start jumping from one issue to the other issue.
In the absence of the Prime Minister.
The order paper is very clear. Let people take responsibility. If somebody is supposed to be in the house, then there must be a representative. You're not going to start clapping your hands when you know that you're supposed to be in the house. Government Chief Whip.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, first of all, I want to extend our apologies before anything else. For this, we own it up. We are responsible for it. We are sorry, and we are going to ensure it doesn't happen again. Second, the Right Honorable Speaker, the Prime Minister, as we all know, received a very urgent call from the President, and I called you. I said she's ready with the statement, but she'll be leaving State House shortly, and she's about to reach here. Right Honorable Speaker, I just beg for your indulgence on that. It's not that we are trying to underlook your authority, we are panicking, but to just request you that you use your authority, Right Honorable Speaker, number one, to forgive us, but number two, to allow us be handling other matters as the Prime Minister comes.
Order.
Thank you, Right Honorable.
Order.
Right Honorable Speaker, I don't intend to raise a point of order against my friend Honorable TAYEBWA, the Chief Whip. But Honorable Speaker, what I'm hearing from the Chief Whip, he wants to show us as if this Parliament is driven according to the program of the President. Where the Prime Minister cannot be here in time, we have to wait because he's with the President. Is it in order for the Honorable Member, Minister, to show this House that is driven under the orders, programs of the President, so we cannot move ahead because the President being the Prime Minister, Parliament cannot proceed until the Prime Minister comes here because he's in the State House?
Honorable SSEWUNGU,
Is he in order?
He did not say that the President is running the House. He only said she got a call.
Impliedly, Madam Speaker, he's saying so.
No, the President is not running the House. Can I have Honorable a call?
Procedure, Madam Speaker. Procedure,
Yeah.
Madam Speaker. Procedure.
Okay.
Madam Speaker, when we look at Rule 170, this is Chemaswet Kisos MP Soy County. Now, Rule 170 provides that the chairperson of the Committee on Appointments shall report to the House any appointment approved by the committee, and the report shall not be subject to debate. You see, that would cure the same problem that we're handling.
Honorable Betty Amongi was making a presentation. But we have strangers here whom we don't know that they are ministers or they are not, because the report of the Committee on Appointments has not been tabled in Parliament. Two, Madam Speaker, Rule 172. When we look at 172.2, the Committee on Appointments may, by resolution of at least 1/3 of the members, refer a particular nomination to a decision of the House. Now, we read from the media that the appointment of Honorable Kaboya had been rejected. But of course, we expected that to be brought to the House. But later on, we were told that she was approved by the committee. Madam Speaker, if these reports are availed in Parliament, then it will be easier for us to know that these are the ministers who were approved and these ones are the ones who were rejected. Otherwise, thank you, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Akol. Honorable Akol.
Madam Speaker, I think we are talking about the prime ministers not being around. I wonder how the topic changed. My concern, Madam Speaker, in Uganda, we have the deputy of the prime minister. And we have the first deputy prime minister. We have the second deputy prime minister who's in charge of the business also here. I am wondering why people are talking about the prime minister is being met. Are you saying that in the absence of the prime minister, the first deputy prime minister and the second deputy prime minister cannot be in the house here? Secondly, madam, yes, even the third we have it. Now, Madam Speaker, to show you clearly that the prime minister's office was not ready to present a statement here, since members do not have the iPad, we should have had the hard copy of the prime minister report or the presentation with us. We don't have it. And you clearly see that this is not the use. We are starting the other issue of 10 Parliament, whereby we come in the House, the ministers are not prepared, the prime minister is not prepared. I think this must stop. We should not do business as usual. The 11th Parliament should be another thing altogether. We have to come as members here, ready for debate, ready to handle issues of the country. Therefore, we need the government side to get organized.
For your information, even me, I don't have the report. The speaker does not have the report too.
Right, Honorable Speaker, I want to give information. Right, Honorable Speaker, I'm not a member of the appointment committee, but I was very appreciative at the statement that came from the appointment committee. They were able to warn the ministers who were interviewed that they hope they will work like real fishermen who will not be looked for to look for fish, that they would be in the house because the fish, they normally have time of coming. If the fish come and you don't catch it on time, you will not be able to catch the fish. Now, Right Honorable Speaker, I was thinking that the problem we have had, the chronic problem of the absence of ministers we have had over the years, I was very, very excited that it has come to an end. I'm so shocked. Today is the second day of the first session of the 11th Parliament. And I'm being told that the Prime Minister is not there, but that's not a problem. We have the first Deputy Prime Minister, we have the second Deputy Prime Minister, and I'm sure in the process you might have appointed the third Deputy Prime Minister, I'm not yet aware. And not only that, Right Honorable Speaker, I've seen the whip in the House. So can the whip now constitute himself into the Prime Minister so that we can proceed with our business? Because, Right Honorable Speaker, if you allow yourself, if you allow Parliament to be frustrated now, it will now be the trend. So we have to show the cabinet that they have to be cabinet of fishermen, not cabinet of the scribes and the Pharisees. So that is the Pharisees of the past. Now we have the fishermen. We want them with their nets and at the seesaw. Right, Honorable Speaker, that's the information I wanted to give him.
Madam Speaker, I think we should make sure that the ministers and the Prime Minister should stop using the name of the President as a way of getting out of their responsibility from this House. And that is my concern as a Member of Parliament elected to deliver to the people of Uganda, and we must make sure that we direct them to be ready for business as we are in the House. Thank you.
Thank you. Government Chief Whip, did the President call? Government Chief Whip?
Thank you.
Government Chief Whip, did the President call all the ministers to State House?
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I want to make it very categorically clear and on record here that the meeting going on at State House has the Vice President, has the Prime Minister and the deputies, has the Minister of Health and the Minister of Trade.
How
The
many
matter
ministers
being
do you
handled,
have?
Right Honorable Speaker, they are handling a very urgent matter of oxygen shortage in the country.
How many ministers
So-
do you have?
So Right Honorable, and I'm trying to be as truthful
Order.
as possible
Order.
on this matter.
Order, Madam
This is-
Speaker.
Right Honorable Speaker,
Madam Speaker, order.
Right Honorable Speaker,
Order, Madam Speaker.
Order from Honorable Atkins.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, this is a parliament of the Republic of Uganda. And the doctrine of the separation of power is crystal clear. Our work and main preoccupation is fourfold, Madam Speaker. One, legislation. Two, representation. Three, oversight. And Madam Speaker, appropriation. We are not going to have a parliament that is going to serve at the pleasure of the executive. And Mr. Chief Whip, you whip the NRM. We are not going to allow you, through your work and amount of work, to co-opt everybody here. Madam Speaker, at your discretion,
Can we finish with
I'm
the order?
asking you
then
to
we'll-
rule the Chief Whip out of order.
What order are you giving? What order are you giving?
Yes, the order that I'm saying or putting
Procedure.
across is the Chief Whip in order to continue
Madam Speaker.
bringing up the same matter that
Procedure.
that you've already
There's
ruled
an
upon.
order, let him finish, then you come.
Is he in order? We have a doctrine of the separation of power. This is Parliament. It has no business or personal business with the transactions done in the executive. In an office called Prime Minister, has nothing to do with individuals. In the absence of a Prime Minister, that should be either somebody delegated. So government or national issues cannot stall because the Prime Minister is not in the house. So I think we're not ready to entertain any national scandal. Thank you.
Members,
Procedure, Madam
Madam
Speaker. Madam
Members.
Speaker, procedure.
members,
Madam Speaker, information.
Procedure,
members,
Madam Speaker.
members,
Madam Speaker, procedure.
Information.
can you all sit then? Because you're not listening.
Procedure, Madam
Can you
Speaker.
all sit? You're not listening. I am saying I got a communication there was going to be a meeting on the legislative agenda. The issue is there only one minister in the office? No. Two, Honorable Macho, can you sit? Can you sit down? Two, if yesterday we raised an issue that today we shall get a statement from the minister, from the Prime Minister, then after that we shall have matters of national importance. And for you to raise matters of national importance, respective ministers must be available. The issue is, are these the only ministers we have in this house? Is the whip doing his work in whipping the ministers to be here? So we want your minister. If we are to move to the next item, as we wait for you to constitute your Prime Minister's office, then we need a minister.
Procedure, Madam Speaker.
Information, Madam Speaker.
Madam Speaker, procedure. Procedure, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, procedure.
Members, the information I've got.
Information, Madam Speaker.
The information I've got, Honorable TAYEBWA has been given powers to present the report. And as we wait for that report, can the government, can the leader of opposition present for us his shadow cabinet?
Madam Speaker.
Procedure, Madam
Point
Speaker.
of information, I want to let you know that
Madam Speaker,
we can
this is
barely
the
hear
procedure
you.
matter, Madam Speaker.
The system is down. We can barely hear you, whatever is going on. I request that
Clerk,
they
Clerk.
fix the microphones first.
Okay,
Thanks.
okay, thank you. Clerk, can that be checked? Honorable Kavanda?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I don't think we are proceeding well because our members, the other side, are just shifting blame.
Kavanda, have you become a speaker today?
It's a
that you're
procedure
making a
matter,
ruling?
Madam Speaker. The members, the other side, according to your communication, Madam Speaker, you communicated that the order paper be amended and the leader of opposition be given time to come and present his shadow cabinet. The Honorable Gilbert Olanya requested that the leader of opposition be given only 3 minutes to be here. Those 3 minutes were given to the leader of opposition. The leader of opposition is already in the house. Why don't we let the leader of opposition present his...
Anyway, it is his maiden speech.
As we
That's
wait
a
for the...
maiden speech. Honorable Kavanda, we have heard it. The floor is, the leader of opposition is on the floor.
Yes.
Please have a seat.
Thank you.
Kindly, when you're going to speak, you mention your name to be captured in the Hansard.
Thank you for your patience and indulgence, Right Honorable Speaker. Suddenly, the afternoon is dampened by the inordinate conduct of the Chief Fisher in this house. And here we are expending taxpayers' money with no business being transacted. Right, Honorable Speaker, I am aware the Prime Minister's office handles disasters, that he has never been declared a disaster zone. Hopefully the Prime Minister will make amends going forward. Right, Honorable Speaker, I am moving under Rule 14, or Rules of Procedure, to present to this House the Honorable ladies and gentlemen I appointed to assist me in my mandate as shadow ministers. To wit, the Honorable Wilfred Nwagaba, an independent member as the Shadow Attorney General. The Honorable Shamim Malende as Shadow Minister for Justice and Constitutional Affairs. The Honorable Mwanga Chivumbi Mohammed as Shadow Minister for Finance, Planning and Economic Development. The Honorable Nantongo Fortunate Rose as Shadow Minister for Gender, Labor and Social Development. Honorable KATUSABE Atkins as the Shadow Minister for Public Service. Honorable Nyeko Derrick as Shadow Minister for Presidency and Security. The Honorable Dr. Abedi Wanika as Shadow Minister for Agriculture. The Honorable Nabukenya Brenda as the Shadow Minister for Education. The Honorable Odu Jonathan as the Shadow Minister for Defense and Veterans Affairs. The Honorable Chwanuka Abdallah as Shadow Minister for Internal Affairs. The Honorable Dr. Batua Timothy as Shadow Minister for Health. The Honorable Nsibambi Yusuf as Shadow Minister for Works and Transport. Honorable Kawalia Abeka as the Shadow Minister for Kampala and the Metropolitan Affairs. The Honorable Nkunyinji Mwada as Shadow Minister for Foreign Affairs. Honorable Balimwezo Ronald Nsubuga as Shadow Minister for Lands, Housing and Urban Development. The Honorable Nyakato Asnansi as Shadow Minister for Energy and Minerals. Honorable Masaba Karim, Shadow Minister for Tourism and Wildlife. The Honorable Frank Kabuye, Shadow Minister for Youth and Children. Honorable Mwijuche Francis, the Shadow Minister for Trade and Industry. The Honorable Nalima Bet Ethel, Shadow Minister for Local Government. The Honorable Nabukera Hanifa, Shadow Minister for Human Rights. The Honorable Kaya Christine Nachimwero, Shadow Minister for Water and the Environment. Honorable Namuga Goret, the Shadow Minister for Science, Innovations and Technology. The Honorable Hilary Chiaga, Shadow Minister for Culture and Performing Arts. The Honorable Anne Adeke Ebaju, Shadow Minister for Cooperatives and Microfinance. The Honorable Joyce Bagala, Shadow Minister for Information and Anti-Corruption. The Honorable Okot Santa, Shadow Minister for Special Regions. Right Honorable Speaker, the special regions connote Luwero, Rwenzori, Karamoja, Northern Uganda, Bunyoro, and Teso. The Honorable OLANYA Gilbert, Shadow Minister for East African Community Affairs. Honorable Tebandeke Charles, Shadow Minister for Animal Industry and Fisheries. The Honorable Kayemba Godfrey Solo, the Shadow Minister for Sports. Right Honorable Speaker, for the record, we made no attempt to tinker with the Constitution or the rules to expand or enlarge the size of the shadow cabinet. We are believers in a lean government, and we have tried to live and move by example. We are not going to preach water and drink wine. The shadow cabinet is 30 members, and we believe we shall be able to offer the people of Uganda the best alternative. Right Honorable Speaker, this team is presented here because the existence has a lien on the public purse, and therefore the public should know these individuals as they begin on their fresh mandate. Right Honorable Speaker, I thank you and thank you for your indulgence.
Thank you, Lord, and I wish to congratulate all the people.
And
who
with
are-
your permission, I wish to lay on table the list of the shadow ministers. Right on.
Thank you so much, Lord. And I wish to congratulate all of you who have been appointed as shadow ministers. Congratulations. I have seen the Right Honorable Prime Minister come. Right Honorable Prime Minister, you're welcome. The whole house has been waiting for you. You have a report to present on the status of the pandemic 19. And we have given you 45 minutes for that. And then we'll have a debate for 20 minutes on your report.
Item 3, statement on the status of government's intervention against the COVID-19 pandemic.
Right Honorable Prime Minister.
Thank you so much.
One of the issues members are raising, you're going to present a report. They don't have copies. So what will they be following?
Right Honorable Speaker, let me find out why they are not yet uploaded on the iPad.
They don't have iPads.
So they need hard copies.
Yes, procedure.
Right Honorable Speaker, under our rules, specifically Rule 52, that relates to statements by ministers, first of all, the statement by a minister shall be in written form. And 2, it should be debated, provided the debate does not exceed 1 hour. Right Honorable Speaker, we have pigeonholes. We are aware that the iPads are not yet out, but we have pigeonholes, we have emails. I don't know, Right Honorable Speaker, whether we'll be proceeding correctly to merely come and listen to the minister and we debate on the basis of a statement where we don't have prior knowledge. Shall we be proceeding well, Right Honorable Speaker?
We are not proceeding well. Members need to have a document that they are referring to.
Procedure, Right Honorable Speaker.
No.
Right Honorable Speaker, in view of the Right Honorable Prime Minister and Chief Fisher's inability to avail copies in any form, that we move under Rule 20 and have the House suspended for 15 minutes to allow the Prime Minister to gather herself and avail copies to members.
Maybe instead of suspending the House, we could look at matters of national importance. Yes, alternatively, we look at the matters of national importance.
Right Honorable Speaker, alternatively, since this is a very important matter, would it be procedurally well if the Prime Minister could be allowed to make the presentation and then with a commitment to make the copies available in our pigeonhole so that tomorrow or the next sitting will be well informed based on the information she has given us, then we can go straight into the debate of the subject. And also, Right Honorable Speaker, under rule 50, 50, a minister shall attend sittings of House to answer questions asked to him or her. So it means that the questions which are going to be raised in that report will concern so many sectors. And I believe that the chief fisherman will make sure that when we are debating the matter, all the ministers will be available to answer the relevant questions.
Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker.
Honorable SSEMUJJU.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the statement by the Prime Minister is supposed to be answering many things and saving this Parliament the burden of even raising them as matters of national importance if they are answered. I want to support the proposal by the leader of opposition. This being a very, very important statement that Madam Speaker, you yourself even announced hours ago, that does no harm suspend Parliament for 20 minutes, get the statements distributed to comply with the rules, but also help us follow, because we may end up raising the same issues that have been addressed by the Prime Minister. Madam Speaker, if you so wish, thank you.
Honorable
Thank you.
SSEKIKUBO.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, these are matters of extreme public importance that deserve the seriousness of this August House. I don't know how my fellow senior Honorable Cecilia has guided this House this afternoon, because whenever she rises, I know, yes, the House is in good hands. But for her to deteriorate and start waiving the rules of this very House she has been in, I got a bit disappointed. Such matters, Right Honorable Speaker, cannot be taken lightly. These are matters where we are here to represent the people of Uganda. Matters concerning COVID-19 and the efforts of government is highly awaited. We need to give accountability to the efforts of government. Right now, we are under a lockdown for 42 days. So such matters, Right Honorable Speaker, cannot be taken lightly. Would wish to know how many people have received the assistance of 100,000 shillings. It has to be on record. What is the suffering of Ugandans? How about the business community, our people, the schools, etc., the health interventions and all that? Right, Honorable Speaker, it therefore demands that we get a comprehensive statement with copies in our hands so that we can make a meaningful contribution and account for the people of Uganda for whom we are representing in this August House. I therefore move, Right Honorable Speaker, that you be pleased to insist that we have to have the statements distributed to members so that we debate from a point of knowledge. A while ago, you ruled that it would be Honorable TAYEBWA to spearhead the statement. Fortunately, now we have the Right Honorable Prime Minister herself. She's in the House. Therefore, we should avoid Sambala if we are going to make a difference to the lives of the people of Uganda. I thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker.
Right Honorable Speaker.
Members, Honorable.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Mohammed.
Right Honorable Speaker, you earlier on gave a wise ruling to this House. One, this House has endured waiting for both the Prime Minister and the Leader of Opposition. That means members are honorably here to partake the statements that they are willing to serve to this country. And you've given a wise ruling that in the meantime, as they run copies probably, the House should not be stalled because members have issues of national importance
that they want to put forward. And probably those issues of great national importance shall help inform even the Prime Minister and the debate that shall come after. Therefore, Right Honorable Speaker, I would like to plead with you and pray and appeal to you to stand by the decision you gave this House, and members come forward to present matters of great national importance as we stand over the statement of the Prime Minister, waiting for copies to be run. After all, the other ministers you summoned are now present in Parliament. Members have questions from their constituents, and they should probably be given a chance to present those matters of great national importance as we get responses from ministers, and later on, when the copies are ready for us to digest, the Prime Minister can come and make the statement. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, honorable members. We have matters of national importance. The fact that we do not have the copies. I am requesting the Prime Minister to avail all the members with the copies. You will go and read those copies over the weekend. On Tuesday, that is what we are going to debate the whole afternoon. Now, can we have matters of national importance?
Procedure, Right Honorable Speaker.
Can we have matters of national importance?
Yes, Madam Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Chamusi Semakula.
Information, Madam Speaker. You told us that.
Matters of national
Madam Speaker, this is equally important for the day you said. Tuesday, it's going to be a national holiday. It will be Eid.
Then we shall have it on Wednesday. Thank you for the information.
Thank you.
We'll debate the report. You will present and we debate the report on Wednesday.
Correction, Madam Speaker. My name is LUTTAMAGUZI SEMAKULA. Not Ruchamuzi. Ruchamuzi is a different MP, but LUTTAMAGUZI SEMAKULA MP Nakaseke.
Honorable LUTTAMAGUZI SEMAKULA MP Nakaseke.
Correct, Madam Speaker. Thank you, Madam Speaker. This is my maiden speech. I have a matter of national importance. Madam Speaker, during the second wave of the COVID-19 pandemic, all regional hospitals have been re-equipped with the exception of Nakaseke Referral Hospital. Madam Speaker, Nakaseke Referral Hospital serves 80 districts, of which include Mitiana, Luero, Nakaseke, Nakasongola, Mpigi. Doctors at Nakaseke Referral Hospital, nurses and medical assistants are stranded because all other referral hospitals were re-equipped with the exception of it. Madam Speaker, as a result, it has created a lot of anxiety among the population that stays within Nakaseke near the hospital, including doctors and medical assistants. My prayer is, Madam Speaker, that Nakaseke Referral Hospital should also be reconsidered in the second, yes, information given.
Okay.
Thank you, Nakaseke, for giving way. Right Honorable Speaker, the information I want to give my honorable colleague is that it's not only Nakaseke which is having challenges of that nature. When you go to BUGIRI Hospital, it's a similar issue. Therefore, Right Honorable Speaker, the issue of the health sector, especially during these COVID times, requires urgent attention from government, because I am very sure that if each of us coming from districts that have hospitals like BUGIRI are given an opportunity to explain what is actually happening, it's going to be a very bad story. So the problem is not only limited to Nakaseke, it is in BUGIRI, it is in other parts of the country. I thank you.
Members, I'm giving you only 3 minutes each. So if you give out your time.
Thank you, honorable colleague, for the additional information. Madam Speaker, my prayer is that the Minister of Health should reconsider
Nakaseke referral hospital when they are equipping all referral hospitals in the country in the second arrangement. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Prime Minister. We need a response from the Minister of Health to that effect on Tuesday. I mean on Wednesday.
Madam Speaker,
Honorable Gilbert. Yes?
my name is Lake Sharon Balmoy, woman MP Gulu District.
You who?
Lake Sharon Balmoy.
Sharon Lake. Gulu.
Yes. Woman
Yes.
MP Gulu District.
Yes.
Arise on an issue of national importance.
Honorable Lake, we have a list of members who have registered their issues. But since it's your maiden speech, you can go ahead.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Indeed, this is my maiden speech. The people of Gulu District yesterday got a national calamity. There was heavy rain that ravaged the crops in 3 different South countries. And they cried, sent their disappointment about how much the crops have been destroyed with the rains. And as you know, we had a very bad season. First, the crops were dried up, the rain came, and now they're crying to the government. The government should intervene in this situation, provide them with crops and emergency relief aid, because they were about to start harvesting. And right now they don't know where to start from.
Thank you.
Secondly, Madam Speaker, the issue of the COVID relief. My district has not received anything from the, yes, they have not. The border cyclists and the small scale business people are complaining that they haven't
Members,
received any
allow the
money.
member to present her.
Thank you, Madam
issue.
Speaker. They are complaining that they haven't received any penny from the COVID relief team. And I'm glad the Prime Minister is here. She will address that. And then also the district hospital, Awaj Health Center 4 is equally not well equipped with all the necessary COVID equipment that should help them to, take care of the pandemic situation. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Lake. I hope you're getting it right, Honorable. The next one is Honorable Gilbert Olanya.
Thank you.
Clark County.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I raise on the matter of national importance concerning the destructions of buffaloes and elephants in the sub-counties in my constituency. Right Honorable Speaker, as we talk now, buffaloes and elephants have migrated from the Magician Falls National Park, and their pitch camp in Kilak South constituency, in the sub-county of Lakang, in the parishes of Bana, Kololo, and Lajadula. Right Honorable Speaker, the elephants and buffaloes are so destructive. As we talk now, they have destroyed more than 1,000 houses of our people. Right Honorable Speaker, also as we talk now, I'll give you the information, I'll give you. As we talk now, Right Honorable Speaker, the elephant has killed one woman by the name Filda Akko on the 7th of July. Right Honorable Speaker, for the last 2 weeks, the animals, the buffaloes and elephants are busy destroying people's crop. Right Honorable Speaker, this is very serious and we need to take this matter very seriously.
What are your prayers?
Right Honorable Speaker, my prayers is one, the minister in charge of wildlife should direct the Uganda Wildlife Authority to immediately move to Kilakso in the sub-county of Kololo, Bana, and Lajalula and drive away the animals that have spent 2 weeks and destroying our people. 2, government should consider compensating the woman Aqua Filda who was killed and the men and the people who are battling for their lives in the hospital. Right, Honorable Speaker, Uganda Wildlife Authority has not Speaker, allow me to finish the prayers. Right, Honorable Speaker, Uganda Wildlife Authority has not been compensating people despite the animals moving and getting people from their land. And the third prayer, right, Honorable Speaker, the minister in charge of disaster to consider distributing chaplains to those ones who have left their homes and are running for their lives. Right, Honorable Speaker, I request, I give the information, I give the time to my brother from Noya. They also have the similar problem. Let him have 1 minute. He give the information as we wind up. I beg for your indulgence, right, Honorable Speaker.
You've already spent your time. The minister responsible should give us a report on this and make a follow-up on the status of what is happening in the area. And we need that report on Wednesday. Honorable Macho. Honorable Macho. Katabas Francis. Honorable Katabas
Madam
Francis.
Speaker.
You're not on the floor, Honorable.
Thank you.
Honorable Katabas Francis. Honorable Byakatonda Abudu.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. My name is Katavaz Francis Katongole, MP Kalungu East, and I'm raising on a matter of national importance. Where at the moment, we've had so many people treating themselves from home. You know, there is a basic medication most of these doctors have given us. For example, zinc, vitamins, and no. It is my maiden speech. Honorable LUTTAMAGUZI, don't disturb me. What is it? There is a medicine there. That one, the medical people can help me. I think Dr. Chen can help me. Alizomalis, yes, that one. And so many others. So we found that so many people have actually cured of COVID without going to hospitals, because actually you found that the hospitals have been more dangerous than getting treatment at home because of fear to catch the virus there. So my prayer is, Madam Honorable Speaker, Right Honorable Speaker, that we, through the Ministry of Health, avail these doses, which are very simple to get at the level of these small health centers. For example, Health Center 3, Health Center 2, and the licensed private clinics, in order to give a good coverage of treating this pandemic, because people are not moving. They cannot reach the referral hospitals. So they are finding it a very, very big problem to reach the referral hospitals. So it will be bringing services closer. Now with this lockdown, so many people have died of COVID, fine, but there are also others who have died because of COVID restrictions. So it's my prayer, Madam Speaker, that the ministry teaches and empowers the small, maybe at sub-county and the parish level, the medical facilities we have. I beg for 1 minute, Madam Speaker.
Procedure. We've got your concern. Madam Clerk, I request you record all the matters of national importance, forward them to the respective ministers, and we get written explanations on Wednesday. Yes, procedure matter.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. You have touched partly on what I wanted to raise, that the honorable colleagues are raising many questions of national importance, and want to assure the House that the government is able to answer each and every question. And I wanted to ask whether it's not procedurally correct that we respond to each question as it rises, instead of having an accumulation of many questions to answer them at once. And where the responsible minister is absent, then the Right Honorable Prime Minister can make a commitment that the minister will come back and give a response, other than receiving 30 questions and the members are not getting answers. So I wanted your guidance that we respond to each question as it comes, especially for where the ministers are present, because we can respond to all these questions. I seek your guidance, Right Honorable.
Right, Honorable Prime Minister. Are your ministers available to respond what has been read? I can see Minister of Disaster there.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. Honorable members, some of the ministers are here and they can ably answer questions relating to their dockets. However, some of the questions that have come up are in my report. The answer is my report. If I was given an opportunity, Right Honorable Speaker, some of those questions would not even arise. Thank you so much.
You know, the questions that relate to COVID-19, you will respond in your report on Wednesday. Other issues that do not relate to COVID-19, like the issues of disaster. Because if we hear from the Minister of Disaster now, it may be able to answer so many questions. There was a question from Olake of Gulu. Yes. Honorable Minister Esther Nyakun.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I want to say thank you for this opportunity, but I also want to let you and the House know that most of these issues have been reported to my office about the issues of floods, and we are trying to respond simultaneously with some of the members. And I know before the end of August, we are going to be having more problems on issues of floods. At least we have been trying to handle. For example, on Wednesday, I'll be going with a member of parliament for Kayunga to her district to see the magnitude of the hailstone and the issues the people displaced internally by the waters from Lake Yoga. So we are handling this and we shall be in position to handle with members.
Honorable Minister, there was also an issue of hunger because of.
Clarification. Honorable Minister.
Can you
Thank you.
finish? Then you.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I know many members have questions for me or for our docket for it on issues of famine. Right Honorable Speaker, the ministry is coming up with a comprehensive report for the entire country about the issues of alarming hunger, and it has been taken very seriously by the Office of the Prime Minister. And on Tuesday, during the management meeting, we plan to present it to the Office of the Prime Minister and then take it to Cabinet, and definitely we shall be in position to come to the House. Thank you very much.
When do we get the reports?
Right, Honorable Speaker, we are writing a comprehensive report about the entire country, and we shall present it on Tuesday to our management meeting to the Prime Minister first, before we can now take it to Cabinet for.
But you see, when you say we are preparing, we are going to give, people are dying of hunger. We need to act fast when it comes to people's lives. People are dying. There is a procedure matter here.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. The procedure I would like to raise depends on the response from the Minister for Information. Right Honorable Speaker, our rules are very clear. Questions for oral answers or questions as stipulated from Rule 45 have been earmarked, and the order of presentation is different. Now, matters of urgent national importance should be responded to immediately. That is what makes them urgent. That an honorable member comes here to seek redress, having failed maybe to interface with the minister, and they seek a response from the minister as regards the matter. For example, if it's a matter of life and death, and you postpone it for 3 days or a week for a minister to give a written response, a minister can undertake and state that we have received that question. Maybe it's in the docket rights, let's say tourism, like Honorable Gilbert Olanya posed. So the Prime Minister cannot say that all matters are in my report, including the one of the elephant. So in this case, therefore, what is important is for a given minister to raise up and make an undertaking.
She did not say that even.
Order. Order.
You want to put me to order?
Yes. Right Honorable Speaker, I have a lot of respect for my brother, NSEREKO. Right Honorable Speaker, I did not inform this Parliament that the Minister for Tourism will come next week. I said those ministers who are here can respond to their questions. Is he in order? Right Honorable Speaker.
And actually, that's what they are doing. The ministers are responding. But we also don't want the ministers to say it is in our report. We want an action on some of these things.
Right Honorable Speaker, as I wind up, my issue was when honorable colleagues bring matters, because this is their temple of justice, and you're the custodian of their justice. And as parties, inter-parties relating in Parliament, one poses a question on behalf of the people they represent, expecting answers. So if a honorable minister is here, we are not saying those that are not around. Please undertake either to give a comprehensive response, but give an answer so that someone goes home knowing that what I presented has gotten a response from a minister present. Therefore, the responsibility is on the whip to whip all the ministers like you guided to be present in all sittings of the House.
Honorables, Honorable Disaster, are you finished?
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, my name is Esther Anyakun
of Nakapiripirit.
Nakapiripirit District.
Yes.
I know I'm inheriting a name from Honorable Chero. Thank you very much. Just as I was saying, we are coming up with a comprehensive report. I requested actually a few members to give me how the situation is, because we also sent a team to the field to give us on how things are going, especially up country, with the people who did not give us some of the reports, because we need household levels from most of the districts that were affected. And we got reports already from Karamoja, from Teso, and Acholi. But from Western Uganda, the reports we are waiting. So just we are compiling the report so that when we make procurement for food items for the people, it should be something that should be able to so we should be in position to support our issues of.
Honorable Esther, thank you, and let that report not take too long. And we need an action on the people who are suffering from hunger.
Clarification to the minister.
Clarification.
Honorable Minister of State for Disaster Preparedness, I'm seeking clarification from you. I'm seeking clarification whether you are talking of a comprehensive report which you have inherited from your predecessor, or there is an on-spot inspection in places which are disaster prone. Like as we talk in Bududa, the rain is, heavy downpours are pounding. Landslides are hitting the people, and as we talk, many are staying in places of worship. They are not in their homes because of the numerous cracks. Do you have a team that is inspecting places like Bududa, which is prone to landslides and floods?
Further clarification, Right Honorable Speaker.
Right Honorable Speaker, I need protection.
Further clarification?
Yes.
I thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I know the Minister for Disaster.
Mention your names.
I'm Kayagi Sara Netalisire, the woman MP Namisindwa. Right Honorable Speaker, I know the Minister is going to come up with a comprehensive report, but we are dealing with the emergency. You heard Honorable Gilbert talk about elephants and buffaloes attacking people, and there is already someone dead. So I'm wondering why the minister is waiting for a comprehensive report before she comes up with an action plan. I expected the minister to take a directive, instruct those in charge of wildlife to swing into action, because it was one of Honorable Gilbert's prayer.
Honorable Sarah, we are talking about the hunger, the floods, not under wildlife. This is
Right Honorable Speaker, disaster, for me, I heard of someone dying because of these animals. Even with hunger, these are emergencies where we expect things to be handled immediately. There are those we can wait for the report, but there are those we need her to make a directive. And the government should come in and respond as soon as possible.
And that's why I made a directive that the person responsible of Uganda Wildlife Authority must act immediately on that issue. And we need a report on Wednesday on that.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable.
Now we are talking about the hunger, the floods, and the issue that the honorable member is asking. Is it a report you've inherited, or you've sent a team on ground to get for you more information? on what is happening.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, we are not inheriting any report. The reports we are using to come up with the report are what we get from the field, from our information systems of the disaster preparedness. Thank you.
So we will be waiting for your report on what you're doing to these areas that are affected by floods, famine, and we need an action as fast as possible.
Speaker.
The minister in
Right,
charge of wildlife, we need an action to be taken. Is the minister here? The issue of Nakaseke Hospital and other hospitals will come out in the Prime Minister's report. That's all.
Right Honorable, the Minister for Tourism, according to the Prime Minister, will be informed. Take action.
Okay. Then the Minister of Health. Minister of Health.
Right Honorable Speaker, the Minister of Health is not here, but I wanted to give some information to Nakaseke. Nakaseke Hospital is not a regional hospital. It's a general hospital. And therefore, ICU beds were given to regional hospitals. Today, there is a meeting where the Minister of Health has gone to see how best we can import these ICU equipment directly from the manufacturer to avoid these middlemen who are hiking the prices. And if these items come into the country, I will make sure that Nakaseke benefits.
Honorable Prime Minister,
Clarification, clarification, Prime Minister.
It is not only Nakaseke, they talked about Bugiri, there is also Bukeria Hospital.
Clarification.
Right, Honorable Speaker.
I'm on the mic.
We have a number of hospitals, including Kagadi, Masindi, and many others. The list is big. We are currently looking at how to mitigate so that these other general hospitals can also now start treating COVID. I wish I was given an opportunity to give a report which I have prepared. Madam, I'm sorry I came late. The reason was there was an emergency in Karamoja, and therefore we rushed to State House so that we can see a way of helping the people of Karamoja. You know, Karamoja, they are having a number of raids. I'm sorry I delayed, but my report is ready now that we are still here. And they have already sent this report to members' emails. You know, we are also trying to see that our members don't get COVID from here out of these papers. Right, Honorable Speaker, I beg for your indulgence so that I can present this report.
I made a ruling on presentation of that report, and we are handling matters of national importance. I also request Madam Right Honorable Prime Minister.
Procedure, Right Honorable Speaker.
That we continue. I am giving a ruling and you're putting me on procedure. I am also requesting that you bear with the House and present your report on Wednesday. We debate it the whole day, we finish ourselves there. Lop? Okay.
Right Honorable Speaker, Paul O'Mara here. Right Honorable Speaker, I'm Paul O'Mara, MP Otuhe County. I rise, Honorable Speaker, on a matter of national importance.
Honorable O'Mara, I have not yet called you. I have a list here of members that recorded. So maybe we can have yours, then we record it. Honorable Byakatonda.
Much
Thank you very
obliged.
much,
Honorable
Right
Speaker.
Honorable Speaker. My name is Dr. Abdu Byakatonda, work as MP. I also earn a living as a researcher and consultant in this country. Right Honorable Speaker, I rise up on the matter of national importance. Recently, I've managed to visit a number of districts, one of them being Busia. The issue here, Madam Speaker, is that as the frontliners battle out COVID-19, they have encountered a number of challenges. One of such challenges is that there has been brutal attacks, especially on nurses, by men in uniform. In Busia alone, there was Miss Nawire Rus, who was tortured to the extent that she's deaf now. In Busia still, there's Miss Nafula Scovia, a very important person, focal laboratory person, who was also tortured when she was actually leaving duty. They also tortured another person, Mr. Mulimbwa, who is one of the persons actually in charge of the IT system. In Kabale recently, one Muhammad Byaruhanga, a national officer at 9 p.m. was leaving duty and was tortured badly, bedridden by security operatives of one of the other districts of that area. That Honorable Speaker, my prayer is that government finds a mechanism of regulating this impunity, and these people should be compensated because they are in a critical condition. Secondly, Right Honorable Speaker, government realized that the private teachers in private schools were very important to the economy, and the president directed a 20 billion revolving fund be sent for private teachers in Uganda. Right Honorable Speaker, this was done way back in March 2020. And these teachers are already organized. It's organized labor where they have a union called the Private Teachers Union, which is mandated under Article 29E of the Constitution. Right, freedom to associate or form trade unions. But the government has actually since not acted on this, and they are looking out for other mechanisms, which really infringes on the rights of workers to unionize, organized labor, under Section 3 and 4 of the Labor Union Act. My recommendation that government comes up with a position, because Right Honorable Speaker, as I talk now, some teachers have already started committing suicide because of poverty, because of hunger. Recently, I want to conclude, Madam Speaker. One Peter Kiria in St. Mary's, Buwenge, committed suicide. And below his pillow, he put that he had actually failed to fend for his family, so the option was to commit suicide. Right Honorable Speaker, lastly, as I was moving in hospitals, the issue of protective PPEs, personal protective gears, equipment be handled urgently. Because the statistics show that as we're interacting so far, over 50 health workers have died because of lack of PPEs. I beg you to move, Right Honorable Speaker.
When you say men in uniform, do you mean the army men, the police? Doctor, I want a clarification on this. Men in uniform, is it police, army men?
I beg your pardon?
The men in uniform in Busia who are beating the nurses. The men in Busia
Okay.
who are brutalizing the nurses, the health workers.
Actually, Right Honorable Speaker,
Are they police or army men?
police mostly. And we see actually, Right Honorable Speaker,
Minister of Internal Affairs?
and in Kabal, it was the security bodyguards of the other district.
Minister of Internal Affairs?
Information. Right Honorable Speaker, information.
Can we hear from the Minister of Internal Affairs?
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members, I've had the concern of the Honorable Member of Parliament
I want to request that he makes a substantiated written brief so that I follow up and we take action. I want details, Honorable. Yeah. I would request, Right Honorable Speaker, that he gives me details of his concern, then we shall follow up and take action.
Yes.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I rise up on a point of order. Right Honorable Speaker, I find it even difficult to find myself raising on a point of order to the former Chief of Defense Forces and a General and Deputy Minister of Interior or Internal Affairs. Right Honorable Speaker, you've clearly ruled, and your ruling should be abided by everyone in the House, that if a minister is present, then they have to give an answer. The honorable member has risen up with clear information from what you clearly asked, posed to the Minister of Internal Affairs. Now he seeks a written submission from the honorable member, which is not provided for in our rules. Probably our honorable comrade thinks this is procuring statements from criminals. These are honorable colleagues, and I would like, Honorable Speaker, for you to intervene to protect the honorable member so that he gets a response. And if the minister has no answer, he should be the one to seek time to come with a comprehensive response, not a comprehensive question from the honorable member.
Honorable NSEREKO, I think the Honorable Minister meant well, that he wants more information on what is, because for him to be able to act, he needs information to act. Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. While we shall be interested in getting more information to follow up these matters, I would like to inform the House that definitely the government does not condone any of those acts that were reported. And government is definitely going to take action after investigating those reported. However, I want to inform the House that due to COVID...
Order. But as you put an order, I request the responsible ministers to send people on ground to find out what has been said, so that you take an action knowing what is happening on the ground.
Right Honorable Speaker, thank you. Right Honorable Speaker, of recent, Muslims have been arrested, allegedly for attempting to kill General Katumba Wamala. Those Muslims have been tortured, and the media has been showing torture marks on their backs and all over their bodies. Is the Minister for Security in order to allege that government does not condone torture when there is evidence? Even courts have even awarded damages to victims of torture, especially the Muslim community. And I speak as the Imam of Parliament. Is the minister in order? When have you ever come out to condemn the torture of Muslims? Are you in order?
Honorable.
Information.
Honorable ASUMAN, I am not sure if those people are arrested as Muslims. I am not sure if they are arrested as Muslims, Honorable. Let's first remove that kind of religious. Honorable, I have already made a ruling on that. I will give you your own time to bring a report to this House on torture. Honorable Minister, can you finish?
Much obliged, Madam Speaker. We arrest criminals, we don't arrest religious people. These are suspects, and yes, whether Christians, Muslims, or pagans. Thank you very much. Madam Speaker, we are going to follow up these matters, but I was saying, and honorable members should appreciate that because of the COVID lockdown, the security people are taking action to enforce lockdown to control the spread of COVID. But where officers make mistakes, action will be taken. Thank you very much.
Honorable Acrobat, Honorable Acrobat Kiza, Honorable Kayemba Solo.
I had the information.
Madam Speaker, I was giving more information to the Honorable Yakatonda.
It has already passed. Honorable
If you
Kayemba
could allow,
Solo.
Madam Speaker, it is important.
The issues in the house, when another person is called, you give it to that person.
But he was still on the floor, Madam Speaker.
Who was on the floor?
The Honorable Dr. Yakatonda. Madam Speaker, the reason as to why I'm insisting, he talked about men in uniform harassing health workers, but I wanted to give information that not only health workers. Yesterday, I was also harassed in Wandege by a policewoman. After introducing myself, she even told me how members of parliament were not essential workers, so that I wasn't allowed to move. So, Madam Speaker, I would like the Minister for Internal Affairs to take a note of that.
Minister.
Thank you.
Minister of Internal Affairs and Minister of Defense, members of parliament are essential workers. Our members, leave alone is that our members have been harassed. Kindly let your members, your people on the road, know that members of parliament are a necessity.
Thank you, Madam Speaker and honorable members. My name is Chiza Robert Moses, MP Bugendera in Undibujo. Madam Speaker, I'm rising under Rule 54, Sub-Rule 1, on a matter of national importance concerning the influx of refugees from DR Congo who are entering Uganda through NSEREKO and the Undibujo district. Madam Speaker, these refugees are entering through forest routes, and they were designated a transit camp in Bubukwanga. This transit camp was designed to accommodate only 1,000 people, but as I talk now, the number of refugees in the camp are 2,680 in 81 households. Madam Speaker, when I visited the camp on Friday, I observed a lot of challenges ranging from, for example, in Undibujo, the rate at which COVID was spreading was still low. We had cumulatively only 8 COVID victims, but by Friday in the camp, the refugees who had been isolated were at the tune of 126.
You're not on record.
I pray that these refugees, Madam Speaker, get transited to the refugee settlement camp because these camps are designated to handle them. Secondly, Madam Speaker, you are all aware that Rwenzori region is prone to floods. Like my honorable colleagues have raised it. Kasese people who are affected, individual people who are affected by floods, up to now they are still displaced in IDP camps, and they have challenges of food. Now, when I saw the right honorable speaker, I mean honorable prime minister, trying to look at the number of people who would succeed, who would benefit from benefiting, who would get money from COVID relief. Some people are not considered at all. In my area, I have pygmies. Pygmies are very vulnerable people, but these people are not considered anywhere. It is my prayer that you come down and use leaders to ensure that all these people are considered. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Honorable Anyakuni Esther, Minister of Disaster.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to thank the member for raising this issue. Right Honorable Speaker, the member is very much aware that the first 10 days of my, from the time I took my office, I visited Ntoroko and Bundubujo for a fact-finding mission. Right Honorable Speaker, the challenge we have is we had people, the asylum seekers, who came from DRC Congo, but they entered into the communities. So by the time the alarming issue came up, that's when now we went together with the development partners to desegregate them from the communities. We are screening part of the Ugandans who came from the DRC, and that's why this number is coming to 2,680. But by the time I went there, we had screened them and we had only 1,900. I went to Kanara in Ntoroko, and I also went to Kasese to see the IDPs, people who were displaced by floods. But Right Honorable Speaker, the prayer of the member is to transport these people away from the Bukukwanga, which is a transit center. We know very well, honorable members, that the president gave us a directive of not moving. People are supposed to stay where they are until, because of the COVID issues. And definitely, I want also to appreciate that the development partners have really worked hard to isolate some of those refugees who are got with COVID-19. They are not in the communities. So we cannot transport these people to another community. If we have to take them, for example, from Bukukwanga in Ntungamo to Chakatu, what will be the hosting community in that area say? We are bringing again people from another community with the COVID. So I think this should be handled very carefully, and we are making sure that at least these people are tested, they are being treated, and there will be time after screening. There's a procedure for them to qualify to be refugees before they go to the settlement camp. So this is being handled by the ministry and together with our development partners. Thank you very much.
Honorable Minister, next time when you maybe go to such an area, maybe you need to call the MPs of the area so that you sort out the issues while you're there, so that we avoid this aspect of matters coming into the house.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Actually, I was there with Honorable Ibanda, and when I asked about the members of parliament from Toroko, they were in Gulu. Much obliged.
Thank you. You need to inform them in time they prepare for them to be on ground. Honorable Solomon Kayemba.
All right, Honorable Speaker, I thank you for giving me the opportunity. I'm Geoffrey Kayemba Solo, MP Bukomansimbi South, as long as the Shadow Minister for Sports. I arise this matter of national importance as a regard for the plight of sport and athletics in Uganda. As we all know, the Prime Minister didn't include the sports people in people that have to get aid. We all know that sports is employing a lot of people and a lot of Ugandans, yet their best earning is from gate collections, sponsors, and others transfers. From March 2020, funds were banned from entering the stadiums. Other sectors like boxing tournaments were cancelled. So we have a big number of these people out there, especially the youth, from 15 years to 40, especially most of them are the informal educated people. So I ask this House through you, Right Honorable Speaker, Right Honorable Speaker, I ask this House to request the Right Honorable Prime Minister, one, to extend relief to the sportsmen in the country. This can be done through their federations and the National Council of Sports that have their contacts and their names. Secondly, we also want to ask the Right Honorable Prime Minister to consider providing financial support or stimuli to all registered sports clubs, because they have been suffering since 2020, March, and nothing have been given to them. I beg to submit.
Thank you. Honorable Prime Minister, in your submission on Wednesday, we need to know the plan you have for the sports persons in terms of the stimuli, the relief, and all what you're giving to other people. Honorable Segona Medad.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I rise on a matter of national importance relating to the management of the facilities availed by government to the people allegedly identified as vulnerables. When the Prime Minister introduced this package, the Right Honorable Prime Minister, who I congratulate, by the way, upon assuming that office, and wish the best of luck. We expected reviews to be carried in the categories of persons identified as vulnerable people. They did restrict the groups based on the urbanization or declaration of urban centers, including rural sub-counties which were turned into municipalities and town councils. In the metropolitan area, many people were left out, even when they had nothing to survive on owing to the lockdown. The classification of municipality and town council is an artificial one, which has no correlation with the survival means and mechanisms. You may find people in what you still classify as a rural sub-county who are private teachers, taxi drivers, and other categories of people running businesses that have since been locked down. May we hear from the Prime Minister the plans of reviewing that list, in addition to increasing the amount to bring it in commensurate terms with the cost of living. And this is not restricted to the people of Busiro East I represent, or to Wachiso district. With your permission, I'll receive information from the Honorable Swanyama.
Thank you, Honorable Segona, for giving way. Madam Speaker, addition to that point about the funding of the vulnerable people in Kampala and other districts, no one, according to the information that I have, has got this money in Kampala. We have got no evidence of any person saying that he has he or she has got this money, however small it may be. So the Prime Minister has continuously misled this country, played on the psychology of Ugandans and the people of Kampala at large, that she has been giving out some money to people of Kampala. We are representatives of these people. We have local council chairmen who can witness to that effect, that no one in their villages have got this money. So the Prime Minister should come up today to clarify in front of members of Parliament whether they have given out this money. Thank you.
I have received the information with gratitude. I know that the Prime Minister has so far given money to some resident, I think in Gulu, and she made a telephone call which confirmed that actually money was disbursed. Somebody confirmed that he had received the money. In my constituency, including areas called town councils, which are classified as vulnerable, I am not aware of anyone who has received the money. As a result, Right Honorable Prime Minister and Right Honorable Speaker and Honorable colleagues, members of Parliament are being turned into mini governments that, as they wait the money from Honorable NABBANJA, now popularly codenamed the NABBANJA money. And you know, in Uganda, with immense respect, the name NABBANJA, which is a very popular name, means a debt. Now, members of Parliament have become indebted to the population simply because the Right Honorable ROBINAH NABBANJA undertook to pay a debt to Ugandans. May we have the Prime Minister confirm measures to review the list and to deliver to the expectations of the people of Uganda.
Honorable NABBANJA, on Wednesday, when you're making your submission, you need to cover everything that is related to COVID.
Yes, thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Yeah, Right Honourable Speaker, the information I want to give Honourable Segona, is that Right Honourable Speaker?
But Honorable Segona finished.
No, you already given, Right Honourable Speaker. I beg. Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, the person who was called that he received the money from the Chole sub-region, when we tried to investigate, we discovered that that person was not registered by the LC1 or through the normal process. The boy said for him, he was taken straight to register with the office of the RDC. Right, Honourable Speaker, there is some problem with this money. And also we learned that the majority of people who are receiving this money are the NRM cadres. If you are the best cadre, you receive this money. This is information I want to give further.
Honorable OLANYA, I don't want you to say that people, the NRM cadres, because the majority of these people you're seeing here, NRM cadres, that they are the ones who are stealing the money. That's why we have accountability committees. We should be able to find out where the money is, if it has gone somewhere. So don't just make a general statement. Don't make a general statement to that effect.
Yes.
Yes, for
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker.
Government Chief Whip is on the floor.
Yeah, thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. On our side, we are getting concerned, especially on allegations which are being made that would require straight and urgent answers, but we are being guided that they should be answered on Wednesday. So, Right Honourable Speaker, are we proceeding?
We are proceeding very, very well.
So I would request
those are COVID issues that must be included in your report.
Yes.
I gave you the time, you did, I am saying we'll proceed on Wednesday, capture them,
With much
and answer all of them at a go.
With
You're
much-
even lucky that members are able to ask now.
With much respect, Right Honorable Speaker, only that we are requesting that you guide the members, they have their limits in terms of what they are presenting. I thank you.
Right Honorable Speaker,
Honorable Asumani,
thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, as the Honorable Bariomusi sits down and I complete this point. Right Honorable Speaker, as the Prime Minister prepares to come on Wednesday, I have seen some statements circulating on our phones saying it is the statement. I want to humbly request that those of us who come from municipalities that are beneficiaries of this money, we should be provided with lists of beneficiaries. So as part of the documents to be put on our either phones or in the pigeonholes, let's have the list, because Right Honorable Speaker, I am getting concerns in BUGIRI municipality that actually the people who benefited are not from BUGIRI municipality.
Asumani, all the people will have the list. We will have evidence of payments.
Thank you very much. So we will wait for the lists. We want to check BUGIRI municipality.
Honorable Minister.
Honorable LUTTAMAGUZI, information granted.
Right,
The additional information I
Right,
want to
Honorable
give to Honorable BASALIRWA, Madam Speaker.
Can the Prime Minister is on?
Just,
Can we hear from her? Right,
just
Honorable.
1 minute, Madam Speaker.
Can
1
we
minute.
hear from the Prime Minister?
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. Honorable colleagues, we have the lists of the beneficiaries. I want to assure members that the way we did this exercise is in a transparent manner. For example, money was coming from Ministry of Finance, Bank of Uganda, from Bank of Uganda to Post Bank, from Post Bank to these companies, MTN or Airtel, from Airtel to beneficiaries. And therefore, if I was given an opportunity to present my report, all these questions that are coming currently now would have been answered. I request members, you are preempting my report because I've already submitted it on your iPad, on your phones. All these answers will be there. However, I want you to note that we also have the privacy law and clause. I don't know how we are going to go over that. I need guidance on information. Members, this information has got people's names, people's everything. I don't know whether it is procedurally okay for me to give out all of this information publicly.
Right.
Seek clarification, Right Honorable Speaker.
Right, Honorable Prime Minister. At an ample time, an accountability committee will look at that. And remember, the accountability committee has powers of the High Court. So those issues will be resolved. We can even form an ad hoc committee to look at that. If we are fearing on the issue of privacy and whatever, we will form a committee that will have those powers as per the Constitution.
Right, Honorable Speaker. I think that maybe we need to sympathize with the Prime Minister. She may have very good intentions, but we don't know how it has been implemented. What I would want the Speaker to guide the Prime Minister on is that all the list of all the districts or the constituencies should have been given to us, maybe through the clerk, so that they go into our pigeonhole. By the time the Prime Minister comes on Wednesday, we would have done the Prime Minister a favor to verify whether actually the person Those people who have been given money, those border from Tokolo, we will know where they are, where they reside, because they even give the voter's number, the ID number. So we'll be able to verify. By the time you come, I'll be able to tell you so many are fake, so many are genuine. So I would want to request, Right Honorable Speaker, that right now, if the Prime Minister could be generous enough to equip us with the list, at least the list, we would rather wait for the report for Wednesday. But can we at least have the list so that we start working with you hand in hand?
Honorable Cecilia, let's get the report. After getting the report, if we wish to verify, and as I've said, we can, if we are fearing leakage of information, we can have a committee to look at those lists, just to confirm.
Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much.
Madam Speaker.
Right Honorable Speaker. Indeed, you properly guided that the Right Honorable Prime Minister
Madam Speaker.
will present a report on Wednesday where most of these issues will be answered. But my understanding of this session is that members raise matters which cannot wait, which are very urgent. And therefore, I beg that for those issues, where there are many sweeping allegations being made, which we can answer on the spot from your side, yes. So I beg, Madam Speaker, that you find it procedurally correct, that the issues which require urgent response to the satisfaction of the members, like when a member said the people in Iguru have not received the money, that we can
Madam
answer
Speaker.
straight. We may not wait for the report on Wednesday. When somebody says it is NRM members who are receiving the money, those may not wait for the report, we can answer. So I beg you that you find it correct that those allegations be answered as we wait for the report from the Right Honorable Prime Minister, so that people who are watching Parliament don't get an impression that we don't have answers when we have a competent team led by the Prime Minister that can respond to each and every issue which is being raised on the floor of Parliament.
Madam Speaker.
Unless, Honorable Minister, you're saying we should not discuss the COVID-related matters. We should not raise matters that are COVID-related.
Yes, Madam Speaker.
But as I ruled, we will discuss the report on Wednesday.
Madam Speaker, you had given me 1 minute. Madam Speaker, you had
Madam Speaker,
given
then
me 1
maybe
minute.
you rule that questions to do with the COVID, wait, because we find it uneasy for questions to be raised, which we can answer, and then they have to wait for next week when we have already answers. Madam Speaker.
Madam Speaker, you had given me 1 minute.
Information, Madam Speaker.
Madam Speaker.
Madam Speaker, I wanted to seek your indulgence to
Madam
guide the
Speaker.
House, since many of the points being raised are actually in the Right Honorable Prime Minister's statement. Could we say that only urgent matters that don't relate to COVID be heard, and the rest wait for the Right Honorable Prime Minister's
Madam
statement
Speaker.
on Wednesday?
Madam Speaker, you had given.
Yes, yes.
Madam Speaker, the additional information I wanted to give to the Right Honorable Prime Minister actually is about police, that he should also add police on the list of the vulnerables. For 4 months, most of the barracks in Kampala especially have not had power, including in Zambia, Wandegea, Odi Kampala. So the way they eat, the way they sleep, so we should also be considered on the
No,
list of the
that report
vulnerable.
should be
Madam Speaker.
That should be given to the Minister of Internal Affairs, not. Members, I have a list here. Honorable Mara, it is on the issues of COVID-19. Wait for Wednesday. Honorable Ikojo. Honorable Ikojo. John Bosco. Honorable Apollo Isodo. If it is on a matter of COVID.
Right, Honorable Speaker, I think you invited me to come and present the matter of national importance at Tima Jackson, Warua City.
Not on COVID matters for now.
Right Honorable Speaker, I had two issues of national importance, one on COVID and one on something else. If you would please, I would be willing.
You can tell us of submit on non-COVID issues.
Thank you, Madam Right Honorable Speaker. Madam Right Honorable Speaker, my name is Paul Omara, MP Otuke County. I rise on matters of national importance regarding the tragedy of inadequate rainfall in the first planting season of 2021 and its impact on Lao sub-region. Right Honorable Speaker, this matter has been put together in a petition to the office of the Prime Minister, and I have a copy here signed by members of Lao Parliamentary Group. Right Honorable Prime Minister, Right Honorable Speaker, Lao sub-region is composed of 9 districts and also a wonderful industrial city called Lira. We are a very energized and hardworking people, and we have fertile lands. Madam Right Honorable Speaker, unfortunately, because of the prolonged sunshine in the region in season 1, we have now serious famine. And the people have lost everything they've planted. They don't have the seeds to plant for season 2. And we are looking forward to government to support our people. So we have basically about 3 pleadings, Right Honorable Speaker. Number 1, we request government to provide the people of Lango an immediate food relief. That is very important. Secondly, because we don't have seeds for season 2, we request the office of the Prime Minister to provide our people with seeds which has a quick maturity date. And finally, the Right Honorable Speaker, recently the regions of Karamoja, West Nile and Teso were provided with hand hose. I think I now request the Right Honorable Speaker that the office of the Prime Minister provide the people of Lango with hand hose so that they can walk through this period and plant something. I beg to move.
Information, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Prime Minister, you've got...
Procedure, Madam Chair.
You've got... Honorable Isha, can you wait a minute? You've got what Lango sub-region is asking for. They want food, they want hose, they want seeds. That is Lango sub-region. They are reporting as a sub-region.
Information, Honorable Speaker. Madam Speaker, information.
Can the Prime
Can I
Minister-
respond?
Can the Prime Minister respond?
Madam Speaker, my name is Julius Achon, Member of Parliament, Otuke East. The information I wanted to give to Prime Minister and this House. Already last night, 2 people were stabbed to death as we were talking about the food shortage. And one of the person have been feeding, drinking hot water for a couple of days, about 7 days. And yesterday, the person was pronounced dead. So my humble appeal, I will really ask the government to speed up with this kind of food assistance. Thank you.
Honorable Prime Minister, they are asking for food. People are dying of hunger. First seeds, and then hose.
Right Honorable Speaker, I request that you give me time since you allowed me to come here on Wednesday, so that I come with concrete answers to members' issues.
Thank you. Honorable members, when I look at all the lists,
Procedure, Madam Chair.
I am making a communication, Madam Aisha Kavanda. Honorable Kavanda Aisha. When I look at most of the lists that I have, the list matters of urgent importance on COVID-19.
Mine is not, except mine.
The ones I received in my office and registered. Now, what is not registered must be, I've given clerk to register them. We are not going to deal with just sheets, small papers. So what I registered, most of them are on COVID-19. And since we've given the Prime Minister Wednesday to present, we ask our questions, she responds. I therefore, because of that reason, we will not have a productive debate, especially when we are relating everything to COVID. I am adjourning the House to Wednesday, 21st at 2.